Hello and welcome to the Curiosity Cache, episode 5. How's everybody doing today?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Yay!
Alive.
Hooray! I hope
Uh,
everyone is healthy and happy and all of the things.
I am super socially distant right now.
You're the most socially distant from anyone else on this podcast, I'll tell you that.
That's true.
It guarantees that I will not transmit anything to ye.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Until, this virus mutates and becomes internet spreadable.
Kind of like
Something.
serial
So,
explained.
so a computer virus?
Right. It's a computer human virus. What are we going to do?
Trojan 19.
So at the end of last episode, you guys had just turned onto the street that the cache sits on, and before you was this giant carpet swarm of rats that were chittering and kind of sniffing around, and they were like obviously invading the plentiful cup across the street. It looks like they're trying to like kind of scurry under the door of the cache. People at the plentiful cup are like yelling, and like one of the waitresses is trying to sweep the rats out of the door. What do you do?
Wow. I mean, clearly my friends are here, and I'm super excited that they're here. And they brought their friends and their friends' friends. It's a party now, so we should direct them away from the plentiful cup, because that's not where they should be. They should come hang out in the hole that we have. New hole where the rats can hang out for a little while. Very accessible floor / apartment hole. Trash heap.
Can we have them not inside the store, please?
Well, it's not in the store. It would be in the hole.
But we eventually want to be able to put things for people to buy in.
Well, they won't be there
that-
for long. They're just going to be there for a little while. We're just having a party.
No, wait. Which hole? Do you mean our
The-
store? Is our
the-
store a hole?
The hole in the store.
The one
Oh,
that's-
the basement.
No. That.
Oh.
Hold on. I have to put my foot down as the person who created it. That is my space now.
No,
Oh.
it's not. That's not how it works. That's not
Where
how
are they
any of
gonna
this
sit?
works.
Where are they going to sit? And where are they going to have tea? Because,
Wait, do your friends have tea?
well, I mean, I've got Dr. Zagini's tea root for fancy eyebrow removal. It's delicious. I don't know why you won't try it. I really like it.
You know what, you can, I want to save it for you. I want to save it for you. That's why I won't have any. However, we should, you know what, basement's fine. They can go do we have any food in the basement? Actually, no, we should be okay. They can stay in the basement for now, and then we'll reassess this later after you talk with them, and maybe they can go home. They should go home after this. After we talk
Oh,
with
they'll
them.
go home. I mean, they have things to do, babies to make, and trash heaps to roam through.
Okay.
Do you know any songs of your people? They really like that.
Songs of my
Orcish
people.
songs.
Yeah, like songs of your people. You don't know songs of your people?
I do, but I don't know if they would understand Orcish songs.
Well, I wouldn't understand the Orcish songs. I would just assume that it's something about gardening.
Sure.
So while you guys have been talking, this small group of the rats like perks up and moves over, like climbing over the other rats and kind of scurrying through, and stops before Dhesim while Dhesim's trying to explain this to you. And you hear this like squeaking noise, and Dhesim, you can understand they're like, hey, Hey. 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 Hey.
Yeah. Yes.
We
Hello.
found your statue.
Oh, well, that's excellent. Where is it?
It's in that one room with the weird smells.
Yeah. The one room with the weird smells.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It smells like fire. That room. It smells like that.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Do you know where it's next to? Other smells that are along the way?
It's next to that one, like that place where they throw things out that we would usually eat, but this we don't eat because it makes us feel weird.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know,
that sounds great. We should all go there.
we could, but
But first we'll
Why would we go
party. Why? Because we partied for the celebration of the moment of going to that place.
huh? I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Totally makes sense, I think, that we would go back there and go get the small rock that was large.
So while they're squeaking at each other, what are
Yeah.
the rest of you doing?
I'm just I'm actually, you know what? I'm looking at the plentiful cup to see if anybody has noticed the fact that Dhesim is communing with these hundreds of rats.
Gotcha. It doesn't really seem like anyone is paying too much attention to you guys, just because they're trying to like move the rats out and everything, and for every like sweep that they get some out, like the others just kind of like hoard around them.
Okay. Maybe we should get off the street.
Yeah.
And well, let's get off the street and decide this in a moment. And actually, Dhesim, go continue talking with your friends, I guess, and figure out where where things are. And I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
you continue
we're going to
talking
go
with me.
there. If you want to go there, we can go get it now. I mean, after they eat, because, well, I mean, it's protocol.
Hey.
You see, it's very important.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you. Hey.
Squeaker, squeaking, squeaker, squeak, squeak, squeak over, squeak.
Don't be rude. I was the one talking to you. Down here.
Yeah.
We found the cat person too.
Oh, where's the cat? Is the cat person there too?
No, the cat person was way, way far away.
Oh. Is that where you found these other rats?
Yeah, some of these found the cat person for me.
Oh.
Some just came because, well, they heard you had food.
Yep. We do have food.
I might have told him that to get him to help us, but it's really up to you.
Yeah, I totally know where we can get some food. It's
Cool.
Super easy.
Dhesim, what are
Easy
they saying?
request. What's that?
What are they saying?
Oh, we are going to eat, and then if we want to go find the cat person, who is, I think, going to be a return customer, we can totally go get them to fill out the survey that we're supposed to get them to fill out for satisfaction. I think that's the word you use.
Yes, Dhesim. What are you offering them to eat?
Dr. Zagini's muscle cream for geriatrics.
Is there enough?
Who wish to have a better game with their arms. I think it's what it's called.
Is there enough for all of them?
Oh yeah, there's plenty. It's in Dr. Zagini's wagon.
Oh, the wagon you didn't. That is owned by the person in the stone box.
He's in the stone box. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to be there for a little bit, I think.
Yes.
He said to wait for a number that I can't remember because it's too large.
Okay. Well, that is perfect then. You guys eat. You might want to get them, to eat sooner rather than later, because the our neighbors don't look super happy about this. I mean, as wonderful as they are, as wonderful as your friends are, I think that they can only have a certain amount of guests at their establishment. So maybe we and so you can only accept a certain amount of people in one room. So maybe or rats in this case. So maybe we encourage your friends to get their meal, and then we go to the place that they want. They found the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Dhesim will chitter out a Slytherin lullaby, which is a horrifying thing to listen to. But he chitters out a song in Slytherin and tries to direct the leader rats back into the curiosity cache.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get them to follow you. A couple of them are like totally getting down with your jam too. They're like swaying and everything. So it looks really weird as he like kind of climbs over this horde of rats with these like ones that are dancing and following him. And as he's doing that, some of the others begin to pay attention and they're like, oh, cool. And they kind of start following too. Braca and Freed, you notice some of the people over at the Bountiful Cup are definitely staring at Dhesim now. And they're kind of like pointing and whispering to one another.
All right. Braca, Freed, damage control. Let's go.
First I'm just gonna try and whisper to Pracha in Orcish. I'm sorry, I know I don't own the basement.
It's okay. It's
desperate.
Mitigating circumstances. We're just taking this day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and second by second. So that is fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk to the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go over and kind of like
stroll on over while Dhesim is with his friends.
So it definitely takes you a little long to like a little longer than you expected. Like just carefully walk over and like every so often you step on a rat tail and the rats are like and everything.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, if you were listening to the song, they would understand.
Sorry.
Right? So
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
When you get there, the lady with the broom is like just glaring at you.
Hi. I don't know how this, happened, but we do have a Dhesim. He can apparently talk to rats, so hopefully we know that you have food in here, so we're taking them all into the curiosity cache away. I hope that helps you because we appreciate you as neighbors.
Ooh.
Yep.
I would like
we are
to
the solution.
We are both the problem and the solution.
No, I only said the second part.
She eyes like over your shoulder. Why is he letting them into your shop?
Because it's better than them being in your place of business, we thought, because we're being neighborly.
You can make
So we're helping out.
You can make either a deception or a persuasion check, whichever you prefer.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's
got this.
No.
You got it.
I'm glad you guys have confidence in my rolls. All right, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay. You know what? It's the same, so let's do that.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So with 16, her face like kind of alleviates that like scowl. It's still there a little bit, but it doesn't seem as irritated. And she keeps sweeping rats out, and she's kind of pushing them towards your shop.
How many rats are still in her shop?
You don't really notice that many. Maybe
Okay.
like 6 or 7, and they're all kind of coming out now. You do notice that some of them have like their cheeks are kind of puffed out, or they're like dragging bits of like pastries and cheese and like little chunks of meat with them. But they all start like scampering across over to the curiosity cache. Inside the curiosity cache, Dhesim, what are you doing?
I know that there are some tubes left. Did they also fall into the collapse, or is that standstill over there on the left? How much of the floor has fallen out, I guess, is the
It was
question.
just like a square of the tile. So you're asking as far as Dr. Zagini's stuff?
So yeah, as far as his
There's
stand there.
There's a whole bunch on there, yeah.
Oh, perfect. I mean, like, it's my favorite snack. These pastes and creams and salves. I'm sure they're gonna love it too. So I will. I'll toss them out to the crowd. You know, the opening it up is just part of the experience, really.
Yeah.
And then I will also instruct the ones who appear that they have salvaged some food in the back that, you know, it's their obligation to share. Clearly, they need to spread the love.
They stop and kind of look at you for a moment and are like, break off a chunk and hand it to them.
Yeah, there you go. We're all in this together. We're all going to go hang out in the hole so that we're out of sight, and we'll talk more about with the cat person and the place with the smells and the food that makes you sick, because that's something we should all learn more about.
Okay. So as the three of you follow the remnants of the rats into your shop, you walk in and there's just like this overpowering, almost medicinal stench wafting out as they've been like breaking open these jars of Dr. Zagini's random creams. And you can see they're just like slathered in it and they're like eating it. And they too seem to really enjoy it like Dhesim does. A couple like twitch every so often in a way that seems really unnatural, but I mean, what could go wrong?
I think I might want to wait outside because we need to make sure that no one else is going to come in here right now.
No one's gonna come in here. You smell it from outside. No one's coming in.
And it's weird because even as you're standing there, like little drafts of air,
health inspectors.
little drafts of air will come through, like from the windows and everything, and it goes from smelling like this kind of minty to like this weird, like piney, but like super weird, strong piney scent that sound like Pracha kind of reminds you of the stuff you put on the floor to clean with, but like it's coming out of these jars. And then you get something that you swear is like kind of like a barbecued meat smell, and it just like keeps changing. It's a little weird.
My shop.
Is our sign still here?
It is still there.
Good.
Because we currently smell like some kind of a biohazard, and steal the sign and hide it.
You want to steal the sign? I mean,
so we are not identified with this awfulness. I'll put it back.
Yeah, you've definitely hung it enough times, like returning it from being stolen. So you know where the ladder is. It's pretty easy for you to just go out, climb up and grab it, and pull it back down.
Hey, Dhesim.
Yes.
What's your rat friends? Are your rat friends going to lead us, or actually, you know what? Braca and Freed.
Yes.
And Dhesim as well, because you're included in this. What do you guys think we should do? We can either follow the rats or get information for later and do something else. I want to hear what your thoughts are in this time of this, because I have no words for this. The time of this. Yes.
I think there's a limited amount that we'll be able. We're only going to be able to do so much around the city while we're followed by a bunch of rats.
What if?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
There are just too many of them. We're going to draw too much attention to ourselves.
Oh. What if we just
Too
follow
much
like one
conversation.
rat?
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. What if we only have one rat that we're following? If that is on the table, what do you guys think?
We could eat some of them.
They kind of stop and look at you.
Not all of you, just some of you. You know how this works.
I don't think we should eat them. They've been very helpful.
I mean, we could go follow them to get the survey to the lion person, the cat person, or we could go to the place with the smells where the food is bad. That's where the statue is. The place with the smells.
The place with the smells.
Yeah, the place with the smells.
Do you know where that is?
Oh, they do.
Okay.
There are a lot of places with smells. I just need to know what smell they're talking about.
Okay. Freed, what do you think?
Do we have a plan for the statue once we get it back? Because the guy who wanted it didn't want it anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like that cat person either, but if we don't have a way to like sell it, we can't fix the floor. And if we can't fix the floor, someone's gonna fall into like a group of rats.
We have a rat pit. We should put a rug over it. We have a rat pit. All right. So you have pointed out reasons we shouldn't follow the rats. So what should we do instead?
We know where the scimitar, the falchion of
Falchion, yep.
the falchion is, or we have like a lead on it. We could do that, or we could go back to the guy who decided he didn't want to buy it, and then like bring the statue, and then convince him to buy it from us.
Well, Dhesim can be very convincing.
He is the best sales Slytherin I've ever seen.
It's true.
I try very hard. Every day I practice. I could practice some more if I'm not selling enough.
No, you're selling actually a lot. You you practice even on the Manticora, so you're doing a good job.
I didn't give them a satisfactory survey. Satisfaction survey? Satisfying survey.
A customer satisfaction survey?
Yeah, that one. I didn't give them one of those, which is why it's good to find them, because they are probably wondering why we haven't asked them questions about their experience.
Sorry, I have this image in my head of Dhesim showing up to the Manticora when they least expect it and going, "I'm sorry, you haven't taken your customer satisfaction survey." Actually, that might not be a bad plan.
Yeah.
See, in my head, it's this wave of rats followed by Dhesim with the customer satisfaction. So there's like this weird sense of horror to it on top of it.
I mean, who wouldn't want to bring in a wave of rats with them to deliver a customer satisfaction survey? I think it's a pretty effective way of ensuring someone fills it out.
Yes, they will fill it out as fast as possible.
Might affect the results a little bit, but that's
Right.
okay.
No, he will get the best results from that because you don't, they will be very satisfied.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. We'll get great reviews from that one. So in that case, what do you guys think? Falchion or rat customer satisfaction survey?
Is it on the way?
That's a great question, actually. Could you describe the old gate to Actually, Braca, you know exactly where it is because you were the one that took the memory and took that one for the team.
And actually, so like because he said it was the old gate, everyone would know which gate it is because the old gate is like the tallest structure in the city. That's actually what the city was built around. Gotcha. So once he said old gate, everyone knows.
Yeah. Well, actually, Dhesim, how about you ask them if it's near the old gate, which, as you know, is the tallest structure in the city. So that's probably, you know, an identifying marker for them. It's the tallest thing.
Yeah, I could ask. So I will ask them, the rats, if it is anywhere near the place with the smells and the food that makes them sick, and the cat person, if either of those things are near the very large wall that keeps people who stand upright from walking through the wall sometimes, but you guys can go through there anytime because the gap is so big. That place.
So the rat stops and thinks about it for a minute, and he conveys to you that both locations are not near that at all, and are further away from each other than they are from the gate.
Oh, so it would we'd be able to do like all of them in like a nice line. It wouldn't be very convenient.
Probably not.
Dhesim looks very concerned. He's
What's
doing
wrong?
math in his head as to how we could possibly do all of these things in a single day for a needed courier service. They're very far from the gate.
Oh, okay. Could your rat friends come with us or stay? One of them, not all of them, a few of them stay here, and they can hang out until we get back from getting the Falchion, maybe, or actually the statue might get.
I mean, we could just go for the statue because that would be a bigger payout, I assume.
If the guy pays for it, that's the problem.
So then, like, it's a big risk, big reward thing. We get the statue, and then we bring our friends. And with Dhesim's ability to sell, we convince him to buy.
Oh, with his friends.
With his friends, yes.
With his friends, yeah, that would.
Oh, they could come too.
Work.
They would love to have a new job. I mean, trash like forever and everything, but you know, a new job might give them a better connection to this city. And maybe if people would see them working and contributing to society, that maybe they would be given apartments and places to work, like Curiosity Cash.
Okay, so then here's my vote. We should definitely do the statue. One, because it's super important to Dhesim to do the customer satisfaction survey with the cat person. We can help Dhesim's friends. And 3, and this is a very small 3, we stay far, far away from the hot lava that I really don't want to go to. Plus, like, we know where it is. So we could get there anytime, whereas Dhesim's friends, they might find another job and we can't find them. So, that's my vote.
But
I feel
what
like
if somebody else finds the Falchion first?
It's been there for how many years?
You're not really sure. A long time.
Not a long time. It is a risk to go to the cat person first.
Yeah, I think we should go to the statue first, between the statue and the cat person. Just because there's no reason to confront the cat person if they don't have the statue anymore.
Right.
Realistically, other than telling them what I think of them.
No, it's about what they think of us.
True, yes. Thank you for correcting me, Dhesim. By giving them the opportunity to tell them what they think of us forcefully. Very forcefully. Well, the customer satisfaction survey would be very nice to make happen. We might have to go do the statue first. Thoughts?
Okay.
All right. You convinced me.
Okay. But at the same time, Dhesim, if you want to write up a customer satisfaction survey and have some of your friends deliver it to the customer, that might kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Or I shouldn't use the dooms with you. That might make it so that they can fill out the customer satisfaction survey while we still get the statue. If some of your friends bring a paper with the customer satisfaction survey to the Manticora.
I mean, I can try.
If it's important to you, if you want that.
Well, don't we want that information so that we can improve our customer service?
Yes, of course.
Dhesim will go and busy himself in Lydian, and very poorly written Lydian. Write out a customer survey, which is more like, do you like us? Check yes, check no. Would you buy again? Check yes, check no. There's some smiley faces and angry faces that they can circle, whole 9 yards, but they're mice, little mice. And then this little inked paw print on the front. To make it official, of course. Poorly drawn Curiosity Cash logo for the letterhead. Very official.
Okay.
I've always wondered what one of these forms would look like, and this seems like the greatest idea I have ever seen.
Yes, we'll have his friends deliver it.
The bards used it whenever they were vanquishing evil, and they would ask the evil people what they would do differently in life, and they had an appreciation form for all the good things that they were doing. I don't really know if I can explain it much better than that. They call them confessions, I think. Sometimes with pictures on them, and sometimes not, but they always seem really excited to fill them out after a couple of hours.
The room's just quiet except for the chittering of mice.
And Bronco's like, yeah, the taking the mental notes. This makes complete sense.
Yeah, I'll hand the customer appreciation survey to a cluster of rats.
Okay.
And ask them to take this to where the cat person is, and to make sure that the cat person fills it out, and then bring it back.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to hold them down for a little while, but eventually they will sign it.
Yeah, make sure there's enough rats so that they don't have any problem holding them down just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you tell the rats that?
Yeah. I deliver that message to the rats.
How many is that?
More than the digits on my paws. So I don't know, maybe 4 paws. 4 of these.
Oh, okay.
More than 5.
More than 5. Okay, cool.
More than 5.
He turns around and he squeaks, and like 3 of them run out the door.
Perfect. We'll see great results.
One of them is like dragging the paper with him.
Perfect.
So where do
Great.
you want to go now?
Hey, Dhesim, could you ask your friends or like 1 or 2 of your friends to lead us to where the statue is?
Oh, yeah. Squeak 'em, squeaker, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak. Squeaker, squeaker, squeak 'em.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that.
Perfect. I'll toss in a couple more jars and canisters of salves into the writhing furball down at the bottom.
What's that one?
That is delicious, and you should totally enjoy that. Just don't eat too much of it because it might make your tail feel weird.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you'll figure it out. Like, just your tail feels kind of weird, like right in the middle of the tail. It's not great.
That is weird.
Yeah, kind of spicy. Yeah, let's take these other rats and we'll go down and. Oh, do we need a survey for him too?
For
who?
That place with the smells, with the food that makes them sick.
maybe. If you want, you can. I
Yeah.
mean, we can also ask them because we're there in person. Unless you want to make another form.
No, that writing is very hard. You see,
Okay.
asking is much easier.
Okay, we can just ask them.
But okay, let's go do that.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
So like a handful of rats lead you out, and you start heading down. Freed, you realize you're heading down towards the docks, like that dock district that you woke up in
Ooh.
2 days ago. I think that was 2 days ago. Episode 1, 2 days ago. So like as you get closer, there's definitely like a briny smell coming in off of the water, and so you guys live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and the dock district that you're going to is not the nice dock district whatsoever. So like, you know, there's definitely that like change of buildings that are kind of like crumbling and not really all that well built, a lot of trash on the streets, people just not really taking care of things. But you also notice along the way that more Calassians are walking around. So you feel a little nervous about that because of what happened the other day. But no one really seems to pay you any mind. Like the Calassians kind of like glare at you, but you don't recognize any of them. And finally you end up, there's a very dark alley, even though it's like daytime out, that the rats start scampering down.
All right. I guess I'll. Do you guys want me to go first?
Oh, how big is this alleyway?
It's actually pretty small. Most of the alleyways in the area you live in are like 10 feet wide. This is more like 4 feet wide. It's pretty close.
Okay, I'll go first. This seems more my size.
Okay, if need be, edge behind me.
Right.
But yeah, I'll
Pracha and
go
Braca,
right up.
like you're both so big that like you don't have to squeeze the goes down, but like you definitely kind of have to just turn
Sideways.
Yeah, you just feel more comfortable. Otherwise, every so often you rub your shoulders on the edges, and you reach a point where the rats are just kind of sitting at what looks like a little set of stairs that goes down into the street on the side. And like if you look down that, you can see that there's a door in the side of the building that's like lowered, so they have a basement area.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Are we gonna go through that door? I'm gonna go and try the door very gently to see if it's locked.
It is locked.
I can knock, but I feel like that would destroy our element of surprise.
Not sure how much surprise we're going to get at this point. Because
Here's a question.
any of us have any lock picking equipment.
Nope. Wait, do I? No, don't. No. Oh wait, I do. Holy crap!
You do?
Yep.
I actually need to double check. I don't think.
I don't think I do. I think herbalism. I think is my my tool, my weapon of choice. It's loading.
Yeah, I do have a thieves kit.
Hey.
I mean, that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Let's see.
Thank you, Freed.
Take one for
Well,
the
Is this
team,
how you're
Freed.
getting out every night?
So, like, light of hand. It has been a while.
Nice. So, Freed, as you're like picking up the lock, you realize, like, I mean, obviously, it's been a while since you've consciously done this, but you notice that there's a lot of wear on the pick that you don't remember
Right.
being there as it snaps off.
Oh.
Who? I mean, this is a really like hard lock, is what it is, because it's like different from what my locks tools normally do. And
Oh.
it's this like air down here is so like musty, and the ocean like just instantly corroded my lock. We need to find another way in. Is what I'm saying, because this just isn't going to.
Oh, Freed.
Can I just
Freed.
Are there windows?
You don't see any.
should
How
I
did
just
the?
try kicking down the door?
Can you
Is
see?
this
Can you see
opposed
through the
to that?
keyhole?
Is there a keyhole? There is. Well, I mean, it's now got a piece of broken up lockpick in it, but there is a keyhole.
Can you see through the keyhole?
No.
How do the rats get in?
Oh, they go through the floor or through the door. No, they squeeze.
I'm not
Is it-
squeezing.
Is it big enough for you to squeeze, Dhesim? Or is it like too small even for you?
I mean, if I were their size, I could probably squeeze in, but I'm not their size because I am Dhesim,
Right.
and Dhesim is much bigger than they are. So I can't squeeze through that crack. But we could send them in. Maybe they just need to knock, like find someone who's sleeping inside, and that's what's going on. Is someone's sleeping, and they don't know we're here.
Yeah, that could work. That could work.
Yes.
So, Dhesim,
Try this.
while you're talking about them,
Actually, Dhesim.
Hmm.
If you can, because we don't want to wake people up when they're super asleep. It would be much easier, especially with rats. It would be much easier. Can your rats maybe find a key to like give to us to open it, and then that
Oh.
way we don't disturb anybody?
I could see.
Yeah. If they find a key like laying around.
mm,
If they don't, that's fine.
Hey, inside, past this wall that you can squeeze underneath. Oh, whoa, my technology is freaking out.
no.
I know why.
Always one of us.
All right. Wow, the whole thing, like my whole Astro Lab and everything crashed. I'll get that set up here in a second. Underneath this wall that you can go underneath, and inside the new space, there might be like long metal things that are like this long, like the size of you, and sometimes has things that hang off of it, like teeth. And we are looking for those. Maybe sometimes they'll be on a big circle with other long pieces of metal with maybe flat teeth on the side of them too, which makes them very heavy. But with enough of you, you could pull them under the space where you guys squeeze under through the wall there, and bring them over here.
Huh. So while you're talking, you realize you're only talking to one rat. The rat is sitting next to like the top of the stairs, and there's a small hole next to him.
Oh.
And he's like, "Are you gonna follow us or what?"
Oh, I don't know if I could squeeze that small. I could try.
I thought you wanted us to show you where the stone is.
Yes, but we have to go through this wall, you see. And
well, this is how we got in.
Yeah, but Pracha doesn't know how to squeeze.
She doesn't?
And no, she doesn't know how to squeeze. I know, like more people have to learn the art of squeezing, but she doesn't know how to squeeze just yet. And so we have to, take baby steps before she is able to do that.
Pracha, you notice this rat looks at you with this weirdest sense of disappointment you've never felt from a rat before.
I don't know how I feel about
Oh, you are being judged.
Can I see through that hole? Can I see into the room through that hole?
Do you want to go look?
Yeah.
You can see down the hole for a bit. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look down for a ways. It definitely looks like there is a room on the other side, but this hole doesn't go straight through. It's like kind of a crumbly crack in the wall.
Okay.
So you do see on the other side there is a space. The space doesn't appear to have light, but you don't need the light to see it. But other than maybe there's a piece of wood sticking up or something, it's hard for you to tell. You can't see in color, but you can see the grains of the wood. That's really all you see.
Maybe he could go in there and get the circular thing with the long bars and the teeth on them. They make a jangling sound when you move it. It's kind of like a dinner bell, but not really a dinner bell.
Yeah, since she won't try and squeeze through, I'll go look. And he scampers through the hole.
Perfect.
So meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing?
feeling judged by a rat.
Don't feel judged. It's fine.
I'm actually looking at the hinges of the door to see if they're rusty-esque.
The hinges aren't visible.
Yeah.
It looks like the door probably opens inward.
Ah, okay.
Braca and Freed.
I'm looking at Freed, and as far as I could tell, Freed is just awful with lockpicks, and I'm like, wow. Wow. People say I'm bad with tools, but wow.
So, Freed, you also feel judged.
I'm just gonna sit down in the corner and kind of sulk.
Okay. Freed, make a perception check, but do it at disadvantage.
Okay. I wanted to. Are you good at perception, Freed?
He is.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah.
So you flump down and you're sulking, and every so often you look up to see if Brock is still glaring, looking down on you in more than one way. And you just notice some people walk by, but as they walk by, one of them very cautious, like they're trying to not be noticed, glances over at you all. It seems weird the way that he looks at you rather than just passerbys.
Right. So I'll get over my judge feeling very quickly, and just kind of say, somewhat quietly, we should be careful. We're being watched.
Okay.
And then I'll go I guess close to the exit of the alleyway and see what's going on.
Gotcha. So where you were sitting, you were kind of at the bottom of that step,
Right.
that set of stairs, and so you just kind of happened to glance up when that happened, and so the group of people goes beyond your vision pretty quickly. So you kind of sneak up the stairs and look, and they've reached the end of the alleyway, and that same guy turns around and looks and sees you looking, and they
Mhm.
like quickly turn around the alley.
What's up, Freed?
We're playing a very bad game of hide and seek, and he's losing.
Ah, what does he look like?
What does he look like?
So you're pretty sure he was human. He had a kind of scruffy, scraggly, dark beard, but then he had like a not like a full cloak, but he had a hood pulled up.
Right.
So it was kind of hard to get his features. You're not 100% sure he was human, but from what you could tell, he was.
I'm going to take a closer look.
Like, you want to head down to the end of the alley?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Perception.
Nope. So you make it down to the edge of the alley, and you look around the corner, and like the sun's starting to set, and it's like that weird gray hour,
Right.
and there's people walking around, but you don't see that group.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just like hang out there and keep an eye out.
Okay. After a few minutes, Dhesim, the last rat that went in comes back out. Can you re-describe that thing to me? He says in squeak.
Oh.
Because we don't see anything
well,
like that.
Hey, Pasha, do you have your key on you?
Yes.
So I'll point to that.
Oh, well, why don't you just use that one?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe does that key work here?
No.
Well,
It
have you
shouldn't.
tried?
Okay. I'll try. I'm gonna go over to the lock, stick my key in, which
I mean, it goes part way in, and you kind of jingle it around, but it doesn't turn the lock now.
yeah, take that.
Hmm.
Nope, doesn't work.
That
Interesting.
would have worked.
That would have been so disconcerting. One key does
Ah,
like everything. Everyone has
yes.
the same key in Shelzar.
One key to rule them all.
My precious.
As Braca is standing very impatiently, like he fully expects to be there and expects to be let in any moment, just in case anyone walks by.
Sure. You could do a performance check or persuasion.
All right. Braca being Braca, he'd go for more of a intimidating, come on, I'm waiting. So intimidation or performance?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the fact that like in your mind you're like, we just followed a rat to this place and are trying to break into it. Like there's certain gears that are turning in your head that just like, I hope we don't get caught, because this is technically illegal.
Technicalities.
Technicalities. But as you're standing there and trying to look intimidating and everything, you don't really notice anyone else pass by. It doesn't seem like people really use this alley very often. In fact, only once so far since you've been down here.
Better not be a second.
So Dhesim, do they think they can find something like this inside, or shall I kick down the door?
Oh, so I point at that again. Did you see anything like that?
It won't work?
Oh no, not that one. No, they're apparently each different. Like, you know how like you smell different than Squeaky the Third, smells different than me.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, only instead of a smell, really, it's more of a tooth. The tooth is different because each one bites the wall differently.
Okay. And ponderously, he walks back into the crack and disappears. Is there anything you do while you wait?
I'm gonna gently press on the door to see how stable it is. Is it a solid door?
It actually seems surprisingly solid for this area.
I'm gonna have to kick it hard.
Anybody else doing anything?
I'm pretty confident that Squeakerton the 15th is going to be quite effective at this mission.
So
Well, that's good.
you feel a little disappointed then when he comes out and he's like, no, there's nothing like that in there.
Oh, well, is there anyone in there?
Well, Squeaker the 17th is in there, and Squeaker the 32nd. Also,
Yeah.
Squeaker the 32nd's fourth son, 2 times removed. He's also in there.
Oh, but no one else is in there?
Now,
Oh.
I'm gonna kick
Well,
it.
I guess we could knock. I mean, there's no one there.
I'm gonna kick it.
okay, do an athletics check.
Just gonna kick it. Let's see. Acrobatics. Here we go.
Can I help you kick it?
Sure.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Okay, there you go.
So
Okay.
if Rock is going to help you, then you would be at advantage, so that would give you an 18.
Ooh.
Okay.
So you kick it pretty hard, and like the two of you are kicking it at the same time, essentially. It definitely has some give, but is going to probably take a couple more pushes like that to really get it open.
Could you? It won. You know, I'm just gonna kick it again.
Okay, give me another one at advantage. Athletics. Yeah, so it definitely gives some more. One more good kick like that should bring it open.
All right. I'm gonna kick it one more time.
And a 1. And a 2.
2.
And a 3.
Kick.
And it's funny because you're both counting at the wrong time, and so you
Yeah,
like
this is
kick it,
poof, poof.
and both of you are kicking it, but it ends up like not being at the same time, so it kind of like splinters a little bit. But
All right, one more time.
go for it.
All right, you ready, Braca?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, kick.
Yay! And the door smashes open. Some dust rolls out from the broken wood, and you see darkness inside. Those of you who can see in the dark, there's a short, dirty hallway with a couple of doors at the end.
Okay. I'm gonna let everyone walk in and then carefully try to rearrange the door.
It's kind of like crunched out, like it like split in the middle. So you kind of pick it up and try and hold it together the best you can.
Yes.
Put it back.
Okay.
Or should we just steal the door?
I mean, at this point,
Say it was like this when we got here.
right? We totally heard a cry for help.
Yeah. Okay. Someone was saying they were being attacked by rats.
Yeah. I think we should hide this door.
Shh. Go ahead, Braca. Hide the door.
Where do you want to hide the door?
I think the most convenient place is actually somewhere deeper inside this building.
Gotcha. So you're just gonna like carry the door with you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And from that day forth, he was known as Braca Splintered Door Shield.
It's a good
All
name.
right.
right?
Yeah, it is a good name.
So
All right, let's.
who's going
Okay.
first? And who can't see in the dark?
I think Brock is going first because he's got to put the door somewhere, and he's got 30 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
I'll go second. I also have dark vision.
Okay.
Dark vision.
Does Freed have dark vision?
Nope.
Okay. So I know Dhesim does. So as Freed, you walk in, like they just disappear into the gloom in front of you. Like it
Guys,
doesn't-
wait.
Oh, Freed. Sorry. Here, hold my hand.
Grab that.
There you go. Do any of us have a light? I don't think we do. I don't.
Why would we need a light?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Freed. I'll just hold my hand.
So Brock, as you get to the end of the hallway, there's a door on your left, which seems very similar to the door that you're carrying, except for not broken. And there's a door in front of you, which seems much older, much more worn down. And it actually seems to match this area better than the two doors, the one that you're carrying and the other one.
All right. So first, I want to try the worn door and kind of feel it to see if it feels locked or anything.
Okay. It does not feel locked. Like if you're just trying it and not opening it, you can tell it is not locked.
All right. So this seems like it might be a good hiding place. So let's try and open it gingerly.
Okay. It opens into what looks like a small apartment, like a little single room apartment. There's it's more like a pallet of straw than what would be a bed that you're used to at this point. In the corner, you notice a couple chapbooks, just like small little leather covered books sitting next to that bed. There's a small chest that's made out of, looks like it's like leather bound, but the leather is like peeling and obviously very old. And otherwise, you don't really see anything in there.
So do I get any sense that this is a currently used room that someone is living here?
You could do an investigation.
There's clearly no one like in here as I walk in.
You do not see anyone in there as you walk in. And it doesn't really look
So-
like it's lived in. Like there's definitely like the furniture of the room, but there's not really any anything except for the two books.
All right. So I say, okay, I found a place to put the door and look for a place that'd be, if there's walking in and then there's like a little kind of side wall to the left or the right, so I can put the door somewhere where it's not obvious that someone took the door and put it here.
Gotcha. I mean,
That's
your
just
best bet
where I'm
would
going
be
to leave it.
if you put it behind the door that's there. When somebody opens the door, they're not going to really see it unless they close the door. That's really the only place in the room that's going to be like kind of hidden from anyone.
That works.
Okay.
That works. And
So-
say, yeah, like I guess there are some books here, but that's all I really notice.
Okay.
Well, there's
Well,
always
So it's a
there's
good place
always-
to put the door.
Yeah, sure. I'm as good a place as any. It's better than you carrying around forever, at least. But now we have another door
Yeah.
in front of us.
So
I'm gonna try to jiggle the
Walk
handle
over-
there.
Okay. It is locked. The handle does not open.
Freed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try again?
My lockpicks are broken. Like, can I try again?
So technically, like it's a set. You could try like another piece of
Another-
it. Yeah, and see how that goes.
Okay.
You felt pretty
yeah.
sure that the one that you were using was the right one, but you might be able to get it with like another little.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Awesome.
Let us see. God, how?
Well, probably because it's really dark and you're just like
Really
feeling right,
That's true.
you know. And so you're fumbling around and you're trying to like see and you're squinting. There's just a little bit of light coming in from down the hallway, and you're like, "Oh, I think I got the snap."
I
Nope.
think someone sold me
Uh,
bad
Free.
lockpicks, is what it is.
Free.
Yeah.
I know it's dark in here. Do you want to maybe let someone else try?
Does anyone else know how to use them? I mean, yeah, I'm like I'll just like hold them out because I can't really see anybody.
I know how to use tinkering tools to do mechanical fixing things that might be close to fixing a lock, right?
Yeah, and I'll hand them in the direction of the voice.
So, are you going to use his remaining tools to try and get the other piece out, or are
Yes.
you trying? Okay, go ahead and do
Yes,
a sleight
yes,
of
because
hand.
that is a repair, and I know how to do that.
Right. Go ahead and do a sleight of hand.
Come on, big numbers.
So you do manage to get that like piece out. Like it takes them a few minutes, and it's really weird watching this like hulking horse person like trying to use these very delicate tools. And Pracha and well, I mean everyone has kind of seen some of the repairs that he's done before, so everyone holds their collective breath. And then there's a little tink sound as the metal falls out, and he succeeds.
Oh, wow. Well done.
You see, these are the kinds of jobs that I do well to actually pay the bills.
All right. Okay. So we still have a locked door. I can kick it.
It worked once.
Wait, is it locked?
It is still
Yeah.
locked. Yeah, he managed to get the broken lockpick out.
Oh,
Do you want me
well,
to try again with another pick?
You could try.
If you want to try again, I won't kick it. Go for it.
they won't give us a good score if we keep breaking their doors.
It's true.
So you're having a definitely hard time. You can't manage to get the picks that you have left to unlock the door, but you managed to not break them off in the lock.
All right, so I'll hand the picks back to Freed and say we go shopping later for some more lock picks and materials. I should probably try and look to find my own. But I got that one out for you.
Thank you. But for now, we should probably just break it down. Like we broke down one door and haven't been caught just yet.
Precious going to get a running start. I just see Catie run out, and all I can think of is she's like running back, and then running back towards the thing, just kicking it open while everyone's talking. Pracha,
Sorry, I was staring off into space.
No,
What's
no,
up?
you're. I was actually saying that you were running back, so you could get a running start to kick the door open.
Okay, good. I hear I'm kicking the door open now.
Okay. Rolling athletics.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, so while you're all talking about this, she just like steps back, runs forward, and just like kicks the door. And there's definitely like the groaning of the wood snapping. The iron bars that are like holding the like band the door together bend, and the door's like hanging inward. It's still attached, but you feel like you could probably like force it, just like push it open at this point.
Oh, but this is a good opportunity to practice squeezing. It's just open enough to where, like, if you just kind of shimmy.
I'm just gonna push it. I'm just gonna push it.
Yeah.
Just
So while
push
he's
it.
trying to like show you how to shimmy, you just force it open. Inside is a large room, and everyone except for Freed can see that there are large chunks of rock that are just scattered through a lot of the room. But otherwise, you don't see anything else in the room.
Where is the rock?
The big rock?
the rock that was big, but then became small, but it could be big again.
Yeah.
It kind of shaped like a person.
You don't see the statue.
Was it here?
Are you asking the rat?
Yeah.
So the rat isn't with you. Remember, he went in through the hole in the wall. So you'll have to find him. Or unless you're like calling out. Are you like, hey?
Yeah, I'll chitter out something in rat.
Okay. After a few moments, the rats all kind of scurry out from different things across the room.
Yeah.
And you ask where the rock is?
Yeah.
Here.
Oh.
Everyone else sees the little rat like squeak squeak. Squeak.
Oh, okay. So I guess this is also a shop, and they sell rocks, or maybe they're a collector of rocks. It's probably here somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna take a closer look at one of the rock pieces. Can I do a perception check to see if it has similar carvings to what was
Sure. Yeah.
on our giant statue? Oh, it looks like a rock. It's great.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. You can definitely tell because they're like broken and next to each other. You can tell that some of the rocks were larger rocks previously, but you don't really notice any markings or anything. So.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna continue looking through the rocks to see if any of them is our rock.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Looking through the garbage.
Yeah. I think Brock is doing the good old needle in a haystack here.
Okay.
Freeze looking towards the light.
Yeah.
Because the only thing he can really do is like if someone like walks in, he can see them and be like, "Hey, we're in trouble." But that's all help he can be right now.
Make a perception check.
Too far. Perception.
So as you're standing there, no one comes in, but there is a moment where the light dims for like several seconds and then gets brighter. And it almost seems like the shadow that moves across it is like it moves from the right to the left.
Right. I'm gonna go outside and see what that is.
Okay. So as he heads down that way, Dhesim and Braca, you're looking around. The three of you together, after a bit, realize, oh, this piece goes over here, and this probably matches up. Oh, what is this? This symbol looks familiar. I found one with symbols on it. And so after a while, you realize, yeah, a lot of these stones are probably that statue.
Oh, they broke it.
Well, I guess it has to get processed through returns and then find out who originally made it so that we can get it fixed.
Yeah.
It's the most reasonable thing to do.
And Freed, you get down to the end of the little hallway, and you look up, and there's no one up the stairs. Do you want to go out?
I'll go a little further, yeah.
Okay. So you kind of go up the stairs a little bit and are peeking around, and down on the far end of the alley where you first entered in, there are definitely some hooded figures down there. They could be the same hooded figures you saw earlier.
Gotcha. Okay. Just gonna turn around and walk into the room.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, is there a second entrance? Because we are definitely being cornered."
Braca stops and raises his hand, but you can't see it.
I've got a question for you actually. You said that the statue was broken, and I'm thinking as someone who has a lot of experience seeing broken, do I get any sense of how it was broken?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me as you're rooting around through the stones and you're kind of matching up things.
All right.
It definitely has been damaged in areas in order to break it, but you can't tell what tool was used to break it.
That's fair.
So yeah, Freed comes in and says, "You guys are being cornered, and is there another exit?"
Look around the room. Are there any other doors in this room?
You don't see anything now.
Hey, Baraka, were there any doors in that place where you stuck the other door?
I didn't see any exits out of there, did I?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well, let's quickly go back the way we came. I guess. Unless any of you guys have some other ideas.
There any indentations on any of these rocks that would indicate that that something was dug out from the rocks?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigating. Okay, so my sheet's moving a little sluggish here, so bear with me.
I think everyone is on the internet today.
I think so too.
Yep.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. My everything has been sluggish. Well.
Wow.
You don't find anything that looks like as though there were something hidden inside the rock. Is that what you're essentially looking for?
Yeah, I'm just looking for like why would it have been broken? Did it break on its own? Was the rapid expansion of the statue, like, did that cause it to break?
Yeah, you can't really tell what broke it, and it doesn't look like there was anything inside of it.
So no reason for someone externally to break it. It just is broken.
As far as you can tell.
Well, we should probably at least get a portion of it and then bring that to the guy with the scary thing. Because at least we got him some of it. Right? Like, a bowl of soup is better than a pot of soup if you don't have the pot of soup. Mom always
Statues
said,
aren't quite like that.
You know what? Let's just take some stuff and then leave.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's just take some
He
stuff.
may assume that given the reputation of the curiosity cache, at least some of us that broke it, which is not what happened. It's never what happens. But people keep blaming me.
Only
No, that's
sometimes.
Only sometimes. So you guys want to carry some of the stone out? Like, there are definitely pieces you can pick up just like with your hands, like small chunks, or you can try and carry larger chunks that are like a little more obviously part of the statue. Totally up to you.
Chunks that have markings on it.
Okay.
Is there any like trash pits around here? Are there like any piles of trash or discarded things besides these broken rocks?
In this room?
Just in this building in general that have we seen? So there was a room with books, like two
Right.
books or something.
You haven't really seen anything, no. As far as like in this room, all you've seen is the broken rock, and in the other room, Braca only saw the bed, the little chest, and the books.
I'm gonna grab those books.
Okay. So he
And a
scampers
rock
over,
with.
grabs the books. While he's leaving to go grab those, Braca and Pracha, what are you doing?
Just gonna leave it. I feel like we're gonna have to fight our way out, so I want my hands free. or BS our way out, one of the two. In which case, I also want my hands free.
Yeah.
Okay. Freed. What do you do?
Well, I'll feel around for like a chunk and pick it up like a nice like
Like
hand-sized chunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being, just a small rock, but
Yeah.
he like was feeling around on the ground, finds a piece of rock and like goes back and stands in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So Dhesim, when you come back out, Freed's like facing away from you with this rock in his hand.
We're not supposed to throw it. We're supposed to bring it back.
I mean, the plan is to bring it back, but, I want to get it away from those guys, and they might want to steal it. So I might throw it over them so they don't see it.
Oh, you're really smart.
Yeah.
I would never have thought of that.
Is there
What, like a hey here fetch?
No, like focus on me, and then while they're like focusing on me, I throw the rock away from them. So then when we get away, I can just pick the rock up again.
Hmm.
Ah.
Very smart.
I didn't know you were quite like that. Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, who heads out
Just roll
first?
that up.
I'll go first.
Okay.
No, you can't see.
No, if we're going outside, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it's starting to get darker out, but like it's definitely brighter in the alley than it
Okay.
is in here.
Yeah.
So as you exit out and you look up, you don't see anyone around, and you creep up the stairs and you look up and down the alley and you don't see anyone. You came from the direction that you last saw them in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go back the way you came, that's the direction.
Yeah, I'll walk out with a very unearned confidence, hoping that will shield me from it.
Okay. Everybody following the Eshik.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
you guys make it out and you start heading down the alleyway. The end of the alley looks like it's noon compared to how dark it is in the alley itself. But as you exit the alley and you're just in this like normal docks area street, you realize it is actually quite gloomy out now. The sun is almost down. And there's a lot of people just kind of milling about, going, to taverns or heading home or heading down to their ships or coming up from ships. So the crowd seems to be growing as you're standing down here.
Okay. Freed.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go back to the curiosity cache? Or is there something else here?
I want to make a perception check to see if I can see these hooded figures.
Sure.
I assume the fact they're hooded means they're trying to be hidden. So it may not be ideal, but you never know. I'm assuming with a 3,
Like
I don't see them.
Yeah, like even though your eyes are pretty adjusted to the dimming light, you're looking around and you don't see them.
We could go to the bar.
Yeah, maybe take them back to some place that isn't where we live.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, we can go to the bar.
Hooray!
So do you want to just go to like the closest tavern you find?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, is there a tavern where I usually meet Bola, my dwarf friend that I drink with? That is.
There would be, but not in this area.
Okay.
You're in a pretty unpleasant part of town right now.
Okay. So we're gonna go to the diviest of dive bars.
Yeah.
Are there any that Dr. Zagini would go to here?
Oh, that's a good question. You have definitely seen him, like some of the taverns that you passed on the way to get here. You've definitely seen him go to worse places than what is here. and he calls those expensive.
Oh, okay. So which one is the one that he thought was the most expensive here?
So a couple blocks up that way, you're pretty sure you would find one that Dr. Zagini would really appreciate.
That's the nice one. We should go to the nice one.
Okay. Lead the way, Dhesim.
This is where Master really likes to go when he wants to unwind, when he's feeling fancy and he has fancy people wearing fancy clothes hanging out. You know, the ones with the flowers and the feathers, like they're birds, but they're really people.
Oh, no.
No?
Like peacocks?
Yeah, but they're people and they sing songs of their people. Sometimes they dance, although it's not a very useful dance. It's like very slow and they kind of wiggle like this. No?
So in the middle of the road,
Oh.
Dhesim is essentially like strip pole dancing.
Ah.
The ones who look like birds, but they're not birds. They just have feathers on their heads, really. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
the Master likes it there. Says it's very expensive.
So
I'm gonna leave it up to the rest of you to decide.
Pracha in Orcish. I'm gonna say to Pracha in Orcish. I think we should look for somewhere else.
I'm gonna say in Orcish back. I absolutely agree with you. Hey Dhesim, do you know a place that's a little bit cheaper? I mean, we don't want to spend too much money.
Oh, I know where the really cheap place is. We can go there. The Master likes to go there because everyone owes him favors, and sometimes he gives out a couple of samples, and then they come back because they say they want more of it, and then they keep coming back because they want more, and it seems to be a really good arrangement because he always gets what he wants there.
Real quick, has Dhesim been to this place with Dr. Zagini?
Probably not. He just knows of these places.
Okay.
As I'm sure a Slytherin, even as open as Shelzar is, I don't know how welcome they would be.
Gotcha.
Even,
I mean, so Dhesim would definitely not really understand that. Yeah, absolutely. And he hasn't been around in the town long enough to see, like, if he hasn't gone to these places, then that feeling is definitely well founded.
Yeah, he's there for the deals. He's there for the demonstrations, but he's not there to hang out, I suppose.
Okay.
As that's not his station.
Pracha?
He has given us the option between strippers and a drug den.
Hooray, docs!
Decided.
And I was going to have you do a check to see if Pracha figured out that there would be no one that was coming back for his like usual wares. And so what would he be selling down here that people would be... Oh... Yeah,
Yep.
I hit you.
Yeah.
Dr. Zagini's Feel Good Tonic.
Feel Good Tonic. Sure. Let's go there. Let's go to the drug den.
Okay. I really feel like we should start merchandising this show, and we can start selling like little tubes of random stuff called Dr. Zagini's whatever. And yes, they're edible. What do you mean?
Anything's edible once.
Pending over sending it, I can do different things.
Oh, sorry, you're breaking up. What was that? Oh.
Oh no.
Noah, are you still there?
Oh no.
Oh, he's frozen.
I saw him move slightly.
I can hear
wait,
you.
there we go.
I can hear me.
I think he's just getting over his spike
Okay.
slowly.
We could have like branded tubes of Go-Gurt.
I like it.
Yeah. Curiosity Cash, Go-Gurt.
So as you all head down to the drug den, you head inside, and it's definitely pretty seedy. The lights, like they have a couple of those hanging candelabras that have like all the candles, but only like a third of the candles are even on it, let alone lit. There's a couple of candles like on tables and stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty dim in here. There is a large person that you can't quite even make out sitting or like standing behind the bar, and they're moving around, but they're a little too far away for you to see even with your dark vision. But you see a lot of people like sitting around with the tables, talking. Some are eating food that Dhesim might smell and like feel is edible, but the rest of you look at it and are just like, I don't know about that. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Okay. So there's a very large woman standing there, but she's bald. You're pretty sure she's orcish of some descent. And her tusks, Pracha, like, you're just like, those are the like most enormous tusks I've ever seen on a woman. And she just kind of eyes you.
Hello. I would like to purchase a drink.
She kind of snorts more than says anything. You think it might have been in Orcish. Oh,
John?
we lost John.
Oh, we did lose John. It's a curse.
It is a curse. There's always something.
It's the streaming curse.
I'll continue anyway. So she kind of snorts and this word comes out. You think she asked whether or not you have money.
Yes. Not a lot, but enough for a drink, which is my vice of choice.
She holds out her hand.
Do you have is there a choice in drinks, or do you just have one drink?
She turns and like grabs a mug that's already full and she sets it down.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. How much?
She holds out her hand.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a coin in.
What size of coin are you gonna drop in there?
A copper, because I don't want her to think I have too much money.
She looks at it and she looks at you again.
Do you need
with
more?
With her hand still held out.
I'm gonna drop 2 more coppers in.
She nods.
Is that
and,
enough?
She nods and puts it into like this little pouch that's on her apron.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna take my mug. How does it taste?
Have you ever like drank something that has like oil in it? So like the oil is separate?
Yes, yes.
So as you take a swig, there's definitely a layer of something floating on the top as you like swallow it. It doesn't actually taste like much of anything, but there's this weird sensation as it goes down. You're not really sure what the hell you just drank.
Oh no, is it a tonic? That's fine.
Hooray!
Braca, are you there?
I think I'm there. I leave, but I don't know if you hear me.
I do. It's really kind of choppy and strung out, like your internet connection's dropping out or something.
It's like me, usually.
It is.
I don't know if restarting would help. And I'm not sure I'm going to get an answer because he's frozen.
We'll see.
Yeah, he just wrote, I hear you, but you're super laggy for me down in the chat.
Sorry.
He's right.
Freed and Dhesim, what are you doing while this happens?
Oh no, he's hearing fine. He says. There's just, I guess, his video feed that.
Right.
He can hear us, but his audio's being all weird.
Yeah.
So while he figures that out, what are the two of you doing?
But talking or chatting is better.
Freed, what do you want to be doing?
We came here to like avoid any potential like people following us. I'm just gonna sit down and like chat with Dhesim and hope we don't get stabbed.
Okay.
Go over to them with my drink because to point out we have paid for something, so we are allowed to sit here.
Right.
So she walks over and she's just like sits down.
Yeah, she get a table.
It's crowded, but it's not like you can't find a table. The tables are fairly small, and as you sit down, like the tables still feel wet, as though like either they've like had stuff spilled on them all day, or they just never really dry from the night before. However, you just kind of sit down and are looking around. Go ahead and make perception checks. Let's do a group one, and I'll just take the average.
Sure.
Group perception.
More than a one.
Well, there we go. 14.
Nice.
All right. Doing perception check.
Sweet.
How well can you hear me?
Yes.
It's better.
Yes. It's much better.
Oh, nice. Okay, good job. So as you guys look around, you don't see those guys that were in the alley. There do seem to be a lot of people making transactions kind of like on the sly, so they'll reach out and swap things that are in their hands, choke down their drinks, and then leave. And as you kind of sit there for a while, you notice it happens a lot. So it looks like this room itself isn't really here to experience the things that are being exchanged, but it is definitely a place where such exchanges happen frequently. And
right.
Pracha, you notice the bartender just doesn't care. Like it's done right in front of her. She doesn't care.
Yep. Gonna move my coin pouch to like under my shirt.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm going to do a quick scan of the room because there was a fun game that Dr. Zagini and I used to play called Filch That Coin.
Yes, I know this game.
It's a very good game. He told me that everyone likes to play the game, and I'm very good at it. So going to just do an assessment,
Sure.
just like he taught, to find the marks.
So go ahead and do a insight check for me.
All right, insight check. This is totally an innocent thing, obviously.
And tell me, according to Dr. Zagini, what are the rules of this game?
Well, the rules are pretty simple. Everyone likes to hide things on their body, but some people like to hide them openly. And if you find the things that they're openly hiding, but they're not paying attention to, that means that it's your serve. And so then you have to take it from them and then hide it better than they were hiding it. And if they find out, you lose.
Okay.
Then you go in the box. no one wants to go in the box. I mean, he's in the box right now. But,
It's true.
I mean, that's because he lost the game, you know?
So as you're
that's
looking
fun.
around, there are a lot of people that don't seem to have anything that they are playing the game with.
Mm.
But there's that guy over there who obviously wants to play because not only has he put his game pouch out, but it's like full.
What?
Right? So obviously
Oh,
he is like gonna be worth a lot of points.
Lots of points. Okay, I see. Is he paying attention to
Well, he's
the
definitely
thing?
talking to his game pouch. It doesn't appear that he's paying attention to his game pouch, but you do know that appearances can be deceiving in this game.
Oh, that's true. Because other people play this game too. But I'm gonna elbow Freed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so we're playing a game, and for us to win the game, you're gonna have to go talk to that guy over there and get him to look over at that orc.
All right.
Wait.
I assume
this game?
I assume I don't ask.
Sometimes I don't ask.
It's like, all right.
So you head over.
Yeah. I assume the orc you're talking about is the bartender.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Mhm.
trying to wait. So the bartender isn't the person who had the bag. Is that who you think it was?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, but
Okay.
I need the opponent of this game to very much so look away from the pouch
Right.
while Freed is running interference with a distraction.
Okay. So Freed, you're gonna go over to the bartender.
No, I'm gonna go over to the guy
Okay.
that's
So-
directed me to.
So as you get closer, like he's obviously an elf. You can see his ears are like pointed and everything, but they're a little like marred. Like they don't look like full and pointed like a normal elf's. And as you get like even closer, he has like these weird scars on his skin, and he's like heavily in conversation with the person across from him who looks like an elf as well, but is not scarred in the same way.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to like blatantly interrupt their conversation. Just
Okay.
like slam my hand on the table. Excuse me, my fellow patrons. This is going to sound extremely weird, but that bartender over there, that one, has challenged you, my good friend, the one who was like highly scarred and is playing the game, to some sort of battle challenge. I think she feels like you're going to be a worthy opponent, and I don't know, but apparently, like if you win, she'll give you all of the day's winnings.
So the first question I have to ask is, what language are you saying this in?
Lydian, I think that's what we all speak.
Okay. The scarred elf stops and looks at you, and then looks at his friend, who then begins speaking. I'm assuming you don't speak Elvish, do you?
No.
Okay, so they're speaking in a manner that you can't understand, and the one that isn't scarred keeps like kind of gesturing at you, and then thinks about something, and then he like continues talking, and then the scarred one says something to him, and then the non-scarred one stops and says, "I don't think we're interested in this battle game that you speak of."
Right, and that's what I assumed. But I also don't think you have a choice. She seemed very intense. Like take a look at her and like see how intense she is.
He glances like over the top of your head. She is very intense. She's not really looking at us though.
Well, I mean I think that's in Orcish tradition. Like you don't make eye contact unless the battle is actually happening.
Do deception or persuasion?
I think that's perception. I was just like talking shit. You have to be good at deceiving people free. Like that's all you do. Come on. That is
10.
decidedly
Okay.
average.
He just kind of like stares at you for a moment, like you might not be okay. You know, like he's a little worried about you.
That's
He
fair.
says, no, thank you. Have a good night. And he turns back and starts talking to his friend. And like from his facial expressions, you get the feeling that he's still talking about you, but
Yeah.
you can understand what he's saying. Dhesim, you see them talking to one another. Do you want to try to play the game?
Yeah, I mean, like there was a couple periods there where I think I probably could have played the game.
Yeah.
Like, because it looked like he was like definitely staring over Freed's head, which means that his friend was probably also staring over Freed's head, which means they're not looking at it, which means I have a chance to score a point.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Mm-mm-mm. Like that.
Nice. The bag disappears from the man's side and reappears in your hand.
Excellent. Going to try and sleight of hand that shit into a not obvious spot in my hand.
So Braca and Pracha, you're like standing there watching, and I don't know if you were watching the elf or not. What do you think?
I think I was watching Freed and the Elf.
Okay. Braca, what were you watching?
I think that if you can hear me as much as anything else, I'm watching Dhesim.
Okay. So, Pracha, what's your
I'm very out of the game.
yeah, Pracha, what's your passive perception?
Let's check that out. It looks like my passive perception is a 10.
Okay.
So
Dhesim, you just like filch that bag over, and it's just gone into where whatever pocket you put it in, like faster than it's almost faster than you really realized. It was such a reflex. No one seems to know that you have now scored points.
I have scored points.
Which is, on one hand, you're like, no one knows I scored points, but you know that the master says you don't really want people to know you have these points.
You lose points if you tell people you have the points. You lose the game if you talk about the game. There's a lot of rules that are still very difficult for Dhesim to fully understand, but he does know that he has points, and he cannot wait to tell Dr. Zagini.
So Pracha and Braca, as you're standing there, you notice Dhesim's tail kind of like stand up and starts like kind of twitching excitedly, but he manages to like just kind of like hang out. Pracha, you've noticed that the skimmy layer on top has mostly gone. As it's worked its way down, you're feeling a little you're not sure if it's tipsy or nauseous. It's somewhere in between. And it kind of feels nice, but unsettling at the same time.
it's like having a hangover before you're quite drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Freed, they don't seem to be having anything to do with your...
Lovely.
I was only instructed to like get them to look at the orc. I think I did that, so I'm bored now, and I'm just gonna go back to my friends.
Okay. So Braca, Freed starts coming back over. I don't know if you want to try typing what you want to do. Yeah, Noah in chat said that his internet connection... Oh, go ahead. Okay, now he's typing. So yeah, poor Noah. His internet area is probably getting overloaded because there are so many people that are currently at home
Right.
doing their. I like physical isolation because we are obviously being social right now. Hooray, social!
Yay!
Yeah.
But hashtag social isolation. So Brackus says, "Let's get out of here." Does anyone disagree with that?
That's the next part of the game. He's clearly in on it.
So
Yeah, we
he
should
he
leave.
knows that you got the points, but you didn't have to tell him, which
Yeah,
gives you another point.
exactly. He's got a point now, and then later on we'll compare points.
Right.
I don't know what he did, but I bet you he's got some pretty amazing moves too.
Right.
I could probably learn a lot from Brockhoff. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys head back out. Oh, there goes Noah. Sorry, Noah. So you guys head back out, and
He wrote no comment. Fantastic.
Poor guy. So you guys head back out, and it's the sun has gone down at this point. It's early evening. The sun, like the heat that just builds up in the city, is still like radiating off the buildings, but it's slowly starting to dissipate. What would you like to do?
Can we
Honestly.
go back home?
Yeah, I think we go home and get ready for tomorrow, which is like Falchion Day or something.
Falchion Day is tomorrow. Definitely Falchion Day tomorrow.
Okay.
No sidetracking.
Yes.
No chasing rats. No finding smashed statues. No getting sick hungover at a bar before actually finishing a drink. Let's just get the Falchion. That is our goal. No sidetracking.
We never do that. We're always on point.
On our points, yes. Our
Yeah.
points, whatever arbitrarily what we decide that point is today.
Absolutely. So you guys, Freed, you know the way pretty well at this point because you've walked this several times from waking up down here. But it takes you the better part of 2 hours, so you're like nearing 2 hours to get back to the Curiosity Cache. So at this point, like the sun's been down for a while. People are still milling about. Looks like as you're heading down the street, it definitely looks like the Plentiful Cup is pretty well attended this evening. But you notice, sorry, I need to look up his name because I forgot it off the top of my head. Hiovu, the owner. He's actually standing where you saw him standing the last time. He's just kind of leaning against the side of the building, but he's staring at the Curiosity Cache.
There, buddy. How you doing?
So you walk over and say hi before you like head back or whatever.
Yeah.
So as you walk over, every so often, like he flashes, like this green color.
Do I know what that means? That seems odd.
Yeah, you don't really know what it means. As you're watching this happen, as you're getting closer, you realize the flash is covering a little bit more than him, but because he's kind of standing closest, it's lighting him up the most. There must be something coming from the Curiosity Cache that's like flashing light out.
Oh no, I'm gonna run into the Curiosity.
So you run over and you unlock the door and you swing it open, and there's just this like weird green glow coming from the hole.
Oh no!
And every so often it like expands and then comes back down and then gets really bright and then comes back down. Sometimes it kind of like does it in jitters.
I'm gonna
And
slowly look down in the
This
hole.
little hand starts reaching up out of the hole, and these glowing green rat eyes peer over
God.
as this much larger rat that's glowing green is like staring at you. And that's where we'll end this week.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Ooh.
Hooray!
Oh, what did we feed them?
The question isn't what you fed him; it's what didn't you feed them.
Oh gosh.
Here, just eat all of these. You'll be fine.
I mean, this could be.
We want to know.
What's that? Oh, poor Noah. Noah, I know you have lots of fun stuff to do, but I can't hear you.
I empathize, Noah.
Right.
I empathize.
Soon
One
the
day.
internet and everything will return to normal, and then our actual technical difficulties can return.
Yeah. I feel like we just created the amazing spider rat accidentally.
Who is our friend?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Friendly
hopefully
spider
he's your friendly shop
Friendly
spider
neighbor.
rat.
I smell a fine familiar.
Love it.
Like, hey, we solved Freed's can't see in the dark problem.
Yeah. Oh my. We got rid of the statue. I can now see in the dark.
Dark,
Like, we are
great,
problem
awesome.
solvers.
Exactly. Every single day we're solving something.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And we won the game,
You
which
did.
is super important.
We did win the game.
We won the game. We got points and everything. I mean, I kind of want to know what's inside that pouch, but I have to wait until after we're inside.
Right.
Before you can.
Open the pouch.
Right, because you want to keep your points. You don't want to lose any of your
Like,
points.
reveal it, yeah.
All right. Well, before we log off for this week, Pracha, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, I played Pracha this week, and previous weeks. I'm real awkward sometimes. My real name is Catie. I am a writer, but I also do weddings, which are currently mostly on hold right now / being rescheduled. But you can follow me and find me at Catie Griffin Writer on Facebook, or you can go to www.mostimprobable.com. That's what I do the majority of my work through.
Awesome. I would have Braca introduce himself. So
He said he's going to test something real quick. He wants to introduce himself at the end.
okay, awesome. Then let's start with you, John. Tell us who you are, where you are, what you do, all the fun stuff.
I am John Wilcox. I play Dhesim. I make whiskey in Ireland, and I'm a old school nerd, playing for a while.
Yay.
Yay!
And
Get the-
is there anywhere on the internet you want people to find you?
Oh yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Distillosaurus Rex. At Distillosaurus Rex. Should be all one word. Most recent posts were of an exploration of ruins in Ballyquin, which is a really cool little beachside town outside of Ardmore in County Waterford. Wanted to go explore those ruins for quite some time, and they were very cool. They did not disappoint.
Yeah, and the pictures are really fun to look at, so
Yeah,
thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Hooray!
Hooray! Freed, tell us who you are, all the jazz.
All the things. So hi, I'm Chaz Callendar. I am a master's student at Colorado State, where I just got accepted into the PhD program. So that's some
Awesome.
good news.
Woo!
Where I study video game music and storytelling.
Awesome. Congratulations on the acceptance.
Thank you.
Any place on the internet you want people to find you?
So I do have a Twitter at Calendar Chaz. It has 0 tweets, but I'll start using it at some point for
Right.
sure.
You can go join all the fun conversations that are going on right now. Yay! So as we move back to Braca, I have to say, as your video has degraded, I have to read you this thing that started at the beginning of the game. Polar Knights said on our chat, Braca, not to scare you, but it looks like you're sitting in a room full of smoke. Because, your camera and your lighting and all the stuff and all of I think you already knew this, but he just wanted to warn you, and I really feel like that was nice of him. Or her, I shouldn't assume.
No, if it was smoke, I would be running.
So go ahead and introduce yourself now. We can hear you. Yay!
All right, I am Noah Grand with the lagging in and out internet connection this afternoon. If I have more of a connection, you can find me on Twitter at Grand or various other places where I talk to people moving their games online.
And if you didn't catch that he just said he's helping people move their games to be online, especially with the current situation worldwide. I don't know if he's going to come back. And I don't know if this sounded a little choppy too. He's Noah Grand on both Facebook and Twitter. And I'll also share all of these on the YouTube and podcast for you watching later. I guess that leaves me, doesn't it? I am Jeremy Hochhalter. I own and operate Wanderers Haven Publications, who hosts the show. You can find me at whpublications.com or on Twitter or Facebook at whpubs. I think that's all of my stuff. I publish on DM's Guild and Drive Through RPG. If you search for my name, and I'll share those links as well. So thanks everybody for watching this week. Be safe. I hope everyone is doing well. Be happy and take care of one another. Please.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Wash those hands.
Hashtag wash those hands. We'll see
Slap
you
the
next. We'll see you next Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye.
Bye.
Right.